will read them because I'll share them. Once you start taking your carbohydrates, you need to ask yourself, what am I doing next? What activity am I undertaking? Because eating a lot of carbohydrates and staying idle, that will cause glucose buildup in the body and trigger several problems in the body. So we are supposed to limit how we intake our carbohydrates. Roll with me down almost to the end of the page. We are supposed to limit our carbohydrates so that the body can be able to deal with the sugars that are coming, to avoid issues like diabetes coming up to us. So roll to the other page and we look at some of the diets, especially the gluten-free diet. Juu kidogo. So it's for gluten-free diet, it's necessary for people, especially with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, to observe. So tips for healthy eating: eat a variety of food, including different colors, because if you go into the food colors, I'm not going to talk about today, but different types of fruits with different types of colors benefit a specific organ. For instance, your liver, most of your green diets, they will benefit your liver. Most of the purple fruits or foods will benefit your brain. So I think you can go and do much research on that. So you can have some tips for health eating, and you can see I have listed several of them there. So you limit processed foods because they will give you a lot of sugars. All right. Make sure that you are limiting all those processed foods because they have a lot of additives and they'll bring you a lot of issues as a matter of fact. So brain function, proper nutrition improves focus, memory, and mood. So again here, you find that people are not eating strong foods, and that becomes a very big issue because your brain also needs energy. So you woke up in the morning, you have not eaten anything, and remember you are not fasting because there's a very big difference when you are fasting and when you have not eaten. When you are fasting, your brain understands that, and your body does not expect anything from the stomach because the body has been communicated to. It has been told, Leo hatukuli. So the body does not, or the brain does not need any, it is not waiting for any energy. But when you are not fasting and you have not eaten, it's a bad problem, or it will cause an issue because your body is expecting some energy and you have not eaten. So that will affect your brain function. So for those of you who have found themselves having memory issues, you might check on that. So for mental disorders, kindly make sure that you are eating, especially the omega-3s, and you can find them in most of the diets that I've listed there, and especially the fish is very good. So we say that a healthy diet is a healthy lifestyle. So make sure that you are eating in a very good way. So now down there, you can see I am asking, how does absorption happen? Because we are eating food, but the question is, are we eating food that is getting absorbed, or what is happening when we go to the doctors and we are being tested, we are being told, you don't have ABCD, and you tell the doctor, but I'm on this supplement. How can you say that I have a deficiency in this? The problem is in the absorption, and we'll get to understand why. So the human body absorbs nutrients through a process that involves digestion and absorption in the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, that is called GI, that is gastrointestinal tract. So the first thing that we look at is ingestion. Ingestion, is the act of, putting food in your mouth where you chew and goes back down mechanically through your gut, through your tract, or through your esophagus to the stomach. And once it reaches the stomach, so now that is where the digestion process will start. After you have swallowed the food, it will move through the esophagus to the stomach, where gastric juices and enzymes further break down that food. Now you'll have proteins where they are primarily broken down into enzymes and pepsin, and the stomach also churns food into semi-liquid form called chypes. And we are going to see how that absorption process follows. So in the small intestines, this is where the major absorption happens because primarily the nutrients are absorbed here. The small intestines have three major, or it is divided into three major parts. That is duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. And when we are looking at this part, the first one, which is duodenum, actually helps with the secretion, with the bile coming down from the liver. And these are the enzymes that will help to break down the food, especially coming from the pancreas, which helps to break down, all those fats that you take, especially from the meats that you are taking and from all those carbs that you are consuming. And it will be broken down so that it can be able to be absorbed. So now the next one is called the jejunum. Okay, I'm on the other page, Mr. Yeah, thank you. All right, so this part is responsible for, or it has very small or tiny finger-like structures that are called villi that are responsible for absorbing, and these hair-like structure, microvilli, they further increase the absorption in your gut. So that is where most of the uptake of the nutrients will happen. So these nutrients may include the amino acids that are coming from the proteins. They may include the sugars that are coming from your carbohydrates, and fatty acids, also from vitamins and minerals that you have consumed, and they are sent direct to your bloodstream, or they go through your lymphatic system. All right? So proteins are broken into amino acids, which are absorbed into the bloodstream. Carbohydrates are broken into simple sugars like glucose and also enter the bloodstream. So fats are broken into fatty acids and glycosyrrole, absorbed into the lymphatic system before entering the bloodstream. So everything that you are eating, ask yourself, if I was to put this direct to my blood, would I be comfortable? Because everything you eat will end up in your bloodstream, into your lymphatic system. And that is why when you eat irresponsibly, your lymphatic system will block. And now you will start having issues like the ladies, how they have the varicose veins and what have you. So from those two that I have mentioned, we go now to the large intestines. Now this is where the remaining undigested food is moved, where they are squeezed. We get water and the electrolytes that are remaining, so that it is moved now to the next stage, where it is excretion. This is the final matter, which we call the fecal matter. It is discarded, and that is what you take to the toilet. So that is the digestion system in short. So the digestive system works together to break down food into simple forms, which are then absorbed by the body to provide energy, growth, and repair. So in very many cultures, you can hear people talk about joto hutokana na tumbo ama magonjwa hutokana na tumbo. And that is very true, because everything that you are consuming, it goes to your gut, and that is where the dissemination happens. Everything that you're consuming, whether may be protein, carbohydrates, all the liquids that consume, including those people who take alcohol, all that you consume and it goes to your gut, it is absorbed into your body and goes through the lymphatic system, through the blood, and the blood goes in every part of your body. So you can go to the other page. Now, proteins. People say that some people have a myth, or they have a belief that proteins can only be gotten from plants. But can we look at some of the sources of of proteins, especially the best plants that can give us the protein? Number one, we look at most of them are the legumes. Number one is lentils, which we call the dengu kamande, and you can see the grammage that is given there. It is very important, and it will give you a good profit, a good protein value. So the other one is tofu. Also, tofu is very important, especially when you are taking maybe probably half a cup. When you eat it, it will give you good protein. We have another one that is called quinoa. Also, that one, you can see they are portioning. I won't read everything because I'll be able to share this later. So the other one that is very important, but I want to dwell here a little bit, is what we call the nuts and the seeds. So nuts are a very good source of nutrition. They are fatty, they will give you proteins, and they have several things. Actually, nuts are one of the few foods that will give you several nutrients. They will give you minerals, they'll give you, vitamins, and others will give you even the protein. So, for instance, we have the almond, and it's very good. And by the way, you can take the almond milk. We also have the chia seed, but for those of you who don't want to lose weight, you might go slow on the chia seed. Then we have hemp seeds. All of those, they are good when it comes to the value that you are getting of protein. Then we have the pumpkin seeds, which are very good, by the way, for men because they have very high zinc. And you know, for the prostate gland, it is very important. And also zinc is very important when it comes to the absorption in the stomach. That is why it has been categorized there as one of the seed that is going to provide you with good nutrition. So the other thing is meat. I hope we are still together on that page. Meat is the best when the best meat that can give you the best value in protein. What is this meat that we are talking about? Number one is chicken, especially the breast part of the chicken. It is very good. It's very high in protein, so you can consume that and you will be good to go. The other meat that you can consume is turkey. Turkey meat also is very good when it is lean. It will give you very high protein level. When we come to the fish, we have the salmon, and it is very rich in omega-3s and fatty acids. Also, we have to go to beef. But now, when we are talking about beef, we need to be careful because beef nowadays, we have people injecting them because of various diseases that we have. And we have people who are buying everything they are giving their livestock. Because when we are talking about beef, I think we are talking about cow here. So if it is not fed on grass alone, it is being given other additives. You know, the quality of that meat may not be very okay. If it has been vaccinated and probably it has been slaughtered, it will come and you will have to take those vials. So we need to be very careful when we are talking about beef. I don't know what we can do because we cannot really verify the source of our beef. But for me, I usually go slow on beef unless I know that I'm eating beef from a very trusted source. So the other one is bison, okay? That one is very important. You can see the grammage that you are being given in terms of nutritional value and when we are talking about the protein. So also lamb, it is very good meat. And actually this is one of the meat that you can rely on because they are grass-fed and they barely get injections at all. And actually we don't even take milk from it. And I don't know why. So lamb meat also is very crucial. And you can see some good images there of some good foods that you can take, including nuts and avocado, which has very good fat. It has very good cholesterol. So let us talk about vegetables. All right. We know that vegetables are very many, but we have specific vegetables that once you eat them, they will give you very good and high nutritional value. Number one, let us talk about kale. You can see it has vitamin A, C, and K, including B. And it will also give you calcium, potassium, magnesium, and it has antioxidants. But when I'm talking about some of these vegetables, it's also important to note where has it been grown, because you might eat some kales, but depending with where they have been grown and the soil that they have been exposed to, they might not be able to give you all these. So again, if they're organically grown, you will be sure that you will get all these. But with the rise of the greenhouses and all that, we may not be so sure that we get all those nutrition. That's why we are advising people, if you have your kitchen garden, if you have your own land, it's good to chill, because nowadays people have become greedy. They are bringing foods that have been sprayed and have all sorts of problems. So kale is one. Spinach is also there. It has a very high nutritional value. You can see it also has magnesium, and magnesium is very good support for your blood count. So you should take more of the spinach. Also, when it comes to the broccoli, it's very important. It will give you very good nutrition value, and also Brussels sprouts. But when we are talking about all these vegetables, remember, your cooking matters a lot. Do not overcook them. We talk about steaming, because the moment you heat them over in more than 70 degrees of fire, then it means most of the vitamins will be dead. So if you want to enjoy your meal with their mineral with their vitamins intact, make sure that you don't actually overcook. All right. We go to the other page. We see potatoes. Potatoes are there. They are very crucial. They have high beta carotene and vitamin A, also vitamin C for boosting your immunity, and they are high in fiber. So potatoes are also very good. And but when I'm talking about potatoes, it means potatoes that are prepared in the right way. Because if you deep fry your potatoes, again, you have diluted the value. You have added some more problems. You're giving your body more trouble to digest that if you have deep fried them. So if you can dry fry them, or if you can just steam them, it will be better that way. We also have carrots, which are an excellent source of beta carotene, and very good for your eyes, by the way. And we know this, and we don't consume. So carrots are good, but remember, carrots nowadays, because of fertilizers and everything, it is better if you juice them, because once you juice carrots, the juice itself doesn't come with the pesticides. The pesticides are left in there, in those husks or whatever is left as the waste. So make sure that you consume all that. So we also have collard greens. So collards look like sukuma wiki, but they are softer. They look like they are creasy. So you need to eat more of them. They have folate and they have high calcium, and also they have antioxidants. So they are quite important. So beetroot, I know most of you, the lovers of juices, when you are making your smoothies, when you're making your juices at home, beetroot is one of them. So it's very good because it has high fiber, so vitamin C, manganese, and what have you. So the other thing is red bell pepper, or what people would call hoho, especially the red one and the yellow one. They are edible. Actually, when they are raw, make sure that you are eating a lot of them. They'll help you a lot. We also have the Swiss chard, and their nutritional value are there. So these vegetables actually have high nutritional dense, and they provide you a variety of health benefits, like boosting your immunity, supporting the health, improving digestion, and promoting your overall well-being. All right. So now, having looked at the vegetables, can we look at the fruits? Which are these fruits that have high nutritional value? Number one, we talk about blueberries. You will read about it. We have avocados. We have pomegranate. And actually, avocado is very good, especially for ladies when you are doing your hair and your face masking. Avocado you can use. It's very good, and it has good fats, actually, and the collagen is very good. So pomegranate, especially for men, is very good even for prostate health. And you can see some of our products in Prife International, they give you these. Oranges, which have which has high vitamin C. It is to boost your immunity, and also they help with your eye health in a very big way. So also apples are in this category. They are very nutritional, and we say that an apple a day will keep the doctor away. But remember, apples nowadays, there are people who are waxing them so that they can be in the market for a longer time. So once you buy your apples, remember to wash them thoroughly, especially with white vinegar or apple cider or bicarbonate of soda. Make sure that you wash them so that it can remove those waxing, because that waxing can be a danger to you, especially when it comes to building like cases of cancer and whatever. So also bananas, they are very good, but for those who are diabetic, you need to be careful depending with how you have been advised on your diet. But bananas are one of the best sources. But for me, when I am going for bananas, I look at the ones that have dots, because nowadays people are using magadi to ripen bananas. Zimekuja leo Nairobi, but within a day, imeturn yellow. All of it. If you want to know a good banana when you are going for a banana, they don't ripen the same time. For those of us who have kept put bananas at home na ripen ikiwa nyumbani, we know they cannot ripen all of them together. So if you go and find a banana batch that is fully ripe, all of it, hapa kuna shida. That's how to test, and you can be assured that you will take a very good intake, and it will give you good nutrition. So when we come to kiwi is also very good. It's a good source, and kiwi is one of the king fruits that will give you a lot of nutritional value. So when we go to the other page, we start with strawberries, which are very high in vitamin C, manganese, folate, antioxidant, and they will help you very much, especially when it comes to your heart health. All right, strawberries are very important for your heart health. So papaya is also very good, especially for those people who are with cancer cases. Papaya is good because it doesn't have high sugars. It will help you very much, and actually it helps with digestion. And if you have amoebas, cold purpose will help you with that. So when it comes to mango, they are very rich also in zinc. They also give you vitamin A, beta carotene, and tunajua tumekuwa msimu wa maembe. I hope you took the advantage and you ate a lot of them. So when we were in younger grades, or when we were in lower classes, there was this condition that people used to talk about, kwashiako, marasmus, and people make jokes. So akikuangalia, if you have not eaten very well, people used to make jokes ati wewe uko na kwashiako ama wewe uko na marasmus. But did you know that today people who are malnutrition, ni vile tu tunavaa nguo tukiwa smart, but some people can be suffering from this condition. So if you don't eat a good diet, you will find yourself with some of these conditions. Number one being kwashiorkor, all right? The other one being marasmus, and they have been explained there, because marasmus is a deficiency of calories and proteins, leading to excessive weight loss. So we go to scurvy, which is caused by the deficiency of vitamin C, leading to symptoms such as bleeding gum. All right. Some of you, I know now, they can start relating. Oh, I've been bleeding gum, so that might be my deficiency. So, and you know, some of these nutrients that I'm mentioning here, they are very strong in our alfalfa, our concentrated alfalfa, and also the stem cells. They have most of these ingredients that we're talking about. So, rickets is another condition that you will get, which is caused by lack of vitamin D3, calcium, phosphate, which leads to soft and wicked bones. And this also will lead to a condition we call osteoporosis or osteomalacia. Okay? We have very many conditions, including iron deficiency, which we call anemia, and which actually affects a lot of people who don't eat foods in the right way. People who are anemic, you'll find that they are not eating fruits very well. So we also have another condition that is called beriberi, which is a disease caused by thiamine, or what we call vitamin B1. So if you lack vitamin B1, you will get that condition. And there are two forms, where wet beriberi affecting the cardiovascular system, and the dry beriberi affects the nervous system. So this is not a condition that you want to have, or if it gets into you, you'll have a nervous breakdown, and it is not a good experience. So kindly eat well. Nutrition is very important. All right, you can see number 8, we have hypovitaminosis. This is a deficiency of vitamin A, leading to vision problems. Okay, and this will lead to very many other issues like glaucoma and what have you. So we also have goiter, which is caused by iodine deficiency. So salt is also very important. So for you who are going to the hospital and maybe you are being told avoid salt, the issue here is not about what you are consuming being bad. It's about moderation. Salt is very important. Put the right amount that your body needs. If you put excess, that food may not be palatable. If you don't have any, again, that food may be having a problem, may have a problem in swallowing. So everything is about moderation. You need that iodine, but in this case, I would recommend what we call the Celtic salt, and it will be very good, or the Himalayan salt, the pink one. It will be able to help you. We also have obesity. Obesity is another condition, because if you are always on starches, and remember what I told you earlier, for you who have been fearing protein that you will add weight, newsflash, your body is not enlarged by proteins. Proteins build your muscle. It is starches that build your weight. So if you want to avoid weight, you need to avoid taking a lot of starches. Proteins will build your muscle. So we need to dispel that myth. It is not proteins that build your fats and all that. It comes from your carbohydrates. So diarrhea and gastrointestinal issues, they will arise when you are malnutrition. because it will weaken your immune system and make you susceptible to all type of infections. And you know the gut, that is the highway to your health. So weakened immune system. So both nutrition and overnutrition can impair the immune system, making the body more vulnerable to infections and diseases. So you don't want to have a weak immune system. So make sure that you are eating in the right way. In the right way. So nutrition actually isn't all about food. It's about nourishing your body for optimal performance and health. A balanced diet supports physical health, mental well-being, and long-term vitality. You need to take action, and the way to take action is by starting making small or gradual changes to your diet and stay informed about nutrition and benefits. So by this, make sure that you are focusing on creating sustainable, healthy eating habits and work for your lifestyle. So in a nutshell, we can say this: nutrition is very fundamental. But one area that I need us to understand is about you having eaten all those foods, knowing that they are coming from area A, how they get into the stomach from the mouth to the digestion process to the excretion. There is a problem with what we call absorption of those nutrients. And it's because most of the people are not exercising, most of the people are not on the sun, and that creates an issue. There is a process that is called methylation. It is where the food is turned into usable form in the body. All right? So we need to make sure that whatever we are eating quality. Secondly, it is being absorbed. So exercise, you cannot supplement exercise. It is a personal commitment. You really have to exercise. And also, when you are going to sleep, remember we handled sleep last time, and I advised you that it is very important for people after eating in the evening, kindly make sure that you eat early enough to avoid a problem with buildup of fat. Because if you eat and go to sleep immediately, then the metabolism there, we are not finding it to be okay, because all that food that you have eaten will be turned into fats, which in return will bring you issues like obesity, will bring you gut issues, and will give you insulin problems, pressure, and what have you. So eating is very crucial. But remember, in all this eating, there is water. We'll have a day to handle water. But you need, number one, the iteracare, because it's helping people to overcome that challenge of exercising and creating heat in the body. Because when you go to exercise, you cause your cells to vibrate. You cause them to be energized, and that triggers metabolism, because metabolism is key. For those people who have hit the age of, 40 and above, that's where people say that life starts at 40. They will start making you understand what happens to the body, because your metabolism slows down. Every kind of food that you eat, before you will eat it, you look at it and you will be telling yourself, Yusuf, hii itakuwa mzuri kwa tumbo yangu. So metabolism is key. Remember to eat a lot of greens. Food is best when it is in its raw state. We just heat it a little bit so that kama ni yenye haikuliki, you just make sure that you put them in a good way. So before I conclude, we have two types of vitamins. We have the water-soluble vitamins, and we have the fat-soluble vitamins. So there is what we call ADEC, which are fat-soluble, vitamin A, D, E, and K. All those, they are fat-soluble. So that's why you are told to season them with a little bit of fat once you have prepared them. It's not a must for you to cook them. You can prepare them raw, then you sprinkle some oil. May it be coconut oil, it can be macadamia oil, avocado oil. You can eat them like that, and they are edible. I know when people start eating those raw vegetables, it's very important for you to consume them. So the other category of the vitamins, that are water soluble is B and C. Okay, B and C. So those ones, you'll find them mostly in the fruit. So when you are eating your food, make sure that you are cleansing your food very well, especially in the kitchen before it is cooked, including your fruits, because that is where you get to attract a lot of problems that come into your gut. You create acidity and all that. But one thing that we need to understand before I open the session for questions is the rule that applies in the universe, 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule means this in diet form. 80% of the food that you're eating should be alkaline. 20% of the foods that you're eating should be acidic. So now, which are these alkaline foods? Because the acidic foods, and we are not short of acidic foods. When you're eating your meat, it's acidic. When you're eating your ugali, rice, wheat, all of them, they are acidic. But the alkaline foods that we are left with is vegetables and fruits. But what portions are we having? Remember, the rule is 80-20. So 80% should be alkaline foods, 20% should be the acidic foods. So we have found ourselves eating more of the acidic foods, and we go against the nature, and that's why our body becomes acidic all the time. Again, when we are told to eat like that, we ask, where are we getting all these vegetables? It becomes a problem, but we don't have to worry, because Prife International has provided a solution, that is alfalfa liquid, alfalfa chlorophyll, alfalfa liquid concentrated chlorophyll. And once we are consuming it, one cup or 1 tablespoon is equivalent to a kg of assorted vegetables. All right. If we tell you to eat the amount of vegetables that you are required to eat in a day for the nutrition value that you are needed, we will tell you to eat between 2 to 3 kgs of vegetables. And then the next question that I'll be asked, Yusuf, umeamua sisi tukue sungura tukule tu majani? No, it's your body and what it needs. That's why alfalfa comes to cover that big difference that we have there. So as you eat your vegetables, remember, supplementation doesn't come to tell you to stop eating. Because I have found people who have come and they have picked our alfalfa, they have our stem cells, they have, all the products that we are offering. But anaona, kama alfalfa is equivalent to a kg, siniwachane na mboga completely. Remember, supplements, the name means you supply the deficiency. So if you stop eating completely and you rely on the supplement only, then again, are you not going to create more problems? So make sure that you eat responsibly. Health is personal, and a healthy diet will give you a healthy lifestyle. Remember, that is what we said. So, but remember, eating all the time will cause you gut problems. It's good sometimes to fast. When you are fasting, your body understands it, communicates even with the brain. That's the time your body will burn the excess fats. Otherwise, you don't have to worry when it comes to eating vegetables. Even if you don't have access to all these vegetables, kindly come to Prife International. You'll be able to get yourself alfalfa liquid concentrated chlorophyll. Also, if you're not getting enough fruit and what have you, we'll give you the stem cells, which are very rich, and that will help you overcome several challenges that you may be having in your body, including boosting your immunity. And to top it up, we have the Oxytab to be able to help you with the water intake in the body, because again, oxygen levels are very key in your body. And now the Iteracare, as you use it on your body, it will help your body to methylate, to break down that food into usable form. So blow on your tummy when you have the Iteracare. Make sure you structure your water all the time. Even the water that you're cooking, even the water that you're washing your vegetables with, you can structure it. It will be able to help you deal better with your cooking and also with the absorption of the nutrients that you are taking. So thank you very much. I've been your trainer tonight, Mr. Yusuf Kabura. I trust that I have been able to disseminate and give you this information in a simpler way that you are understanding. Otherwise,